All right, enough Paris Saint-Germain. Let's talk about one of the other games that was in doubt, one of the groups that was really finely poised. You had Sporting playing at home against Eintracht Frankfurt, both teams on 7 points. And you had Tottenham Hotspur on 8 points, traveling to take on Marseille, who were on 6 points. And
so everybody could qualify, finish first, second, third, or fourth.
Yes. All of them, if they won their game, they knew that they were going to go into the Champions League.
Yeah.
Tottenham knew that a draw would suffice for them. It was pretty remarkable because Tottenham were terrible against Marseille. Really, really poor in the first half. Really struggled, lost Heung-min Son. They just found themselves being pushed deep. And you're being pushed deep by, Harit, Matteo Guendouzi, and Alexis Sanchez, who's 35 now, 34?
33, yeah.
It's just really bad. But then, here's the twist. Here's what I find interesting. Then they get the late equalizer, right? Did they get the equalizer? Yeah, early in the second half, right? And again, the narrative is, Conte shouting at halftime, blah, blah, blah. It's 1-1, gets it done. So obviously Marseille go for the winner. Marseille don't know what's happening in the other game. Is it a draw? Is it a win? But eventually Eintracht Frankfurt turned it around. They were 1-0 down. They go 2-1 up.
Yeah.
And so at that point, the scenario is completely different because suddenly Eintracht are on 10 points.
Yeah.
And
Spurs on 9. So Spurs are second of the group.
Spurs on
at that time.
Spurs on 9 points. And then Spurs end up getting that late winner with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who I found out his mom is French. So
of course.
Probably from Paris too. Where was the mom from?
I don't think he's from Paris. I can't remember. He told me one day, but I can't remember It was incredible, Gab. The Spurs once again find a way of winning, like at Bournemouth in added time, deep in added time, after not playing well at all. There was a moment in the game where they were out. They were in the Europa League. Then they were second in the group, and then by miracle, they topped that group, which for the draw is obviously better for them. And from a Marseille point of view, the players after the game said that the ones on the pitch didn't know that in the 90th minute they were third and at least qualified for the Europa League. So they would not have exposed themselves the way they did, all gone forward for no real reason because it didn't look like they would score. Kolasinac missed a header before that, but still.
Yes, but at this stage it's 1-1. So they're all pouring forward, trying to score.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the thinking at that point was, we need to do this, otherwise...
Well, the players thought we have to score here
because they assumed the other game was a draw.
Exactly.
And so they would finish last in the group.
Exactly. They thought they were last in the group, so they had to score anyway.
And they exposed themselves on the counter.
And then it's a 3v1 for Mbemba. And Tudor said, well, I tried to tell them, but the stadium was so noisy, they could not hear me, which is complete BS, which I don't even understand how he can come up with that kind of explanation. Because then the players, Mbemba, Guendouzi, Harit are going saying, well, no, we didn't know. No one tried to tell us. Otherwise, we would not have played the last minutes of the game the way we did. We would have kept the 1-1, qualify for the Europa League, something to look forward to, a bit of money coming in, stadiums, maybe even try to go far in the Europa League if you're Marseille. And instead, now you only have the league. So
it was that. It wasn't the, let's go for the winner, let's win the group, got this.
Tudor said, I tried to tell them, but there was too much noise, they could not hear me. I don't... driving me mad because I would sack him. It's a professional foul. Professional mistake, you said? Yeah. Professional error for a manager like him not to tell his players, listen, it's okay, we want the Champions League, but at least Europa League is fine.
I don't believe that story for 1 minute that you tried to tell him, but it was too loud. Because you know what? You have assistants. You have ball boys who I presume are from the club's youth team. You can spread the word. There are breaks in play. Somebody can go and talk to what's his name, the Marseille keeper, Paul Lopez, right?
Yeah, Paul
go
Lopez.
Go and tell him.
Yeah. Everyone,
he can, when the ball's at the other end, and
the right back who plays right by the Tudor bench, man, or the right winger. You just grab him and say, keep the score 1-1. We're in the Europa League. Tell everybody. I mean, unreal. And now Tudor is getting slaughtered in Marseille, and for the right reason.
Tudor could have told him himself because, of course, at one point he was actually on the pitch trying to stop the counter.
Stop Harry Kane, yeah.
Was it just an Igor Tudor meltdown?
I thought it was. It was a disaster class. The substitution that he made were too late, were the wrong ones. I mean, Luis Suarez, the bad one, not the good one, coming. It's a shame because at least take the Europa League spot. You know, it could have been better, of course. They were 1-0 up. They conceded on the set piece. We told them before. Spurs are very good on set piece. I don't know. It was a car crash.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.